Ooh, stinky, stinky. This is like a lake in here. We're not doing that. Ooh, that looks good. I was inside the van. I was relaxing, chilling, and I got a text saying, I'm here. Hi! Time to get this day started. We're waking up at the Walmart. Let's get everything taken down and get moving. Looks like some more RVs pulled in last night. Cool. Here we go. Window covers down. Step 2, we're gonna move this back to the back. And then I've got some van things to do once I get to camp. Okay, next things. Additionally, I'm gonna get some sunglasses because it is a bright morning this morning. It rained most of the night and it was fabulous. At some point, I just drifted off to sleep because of the tired that I had in my soul, and I slept super, super well. Now, this is a parking lot that I've stayed at before, and in doing so, it's just a nice wayward point. As you can see, other RVs are here now too, and it's pretty quiet considering that it's a parking lot and the highway's just like right over here. But overall, nice people, nice place. No problems. And this is also the area that I've gotten a tire fixed before because there's a tire shop right back there and they didn't carry my tire at Walmart. So it works out, but we need to pick a song of the day. I've got to get a couple things going and we got to figure out where we're going. Okay, first things first, let's get some hydration going on. I already did my skincare and put on sunscreen in the back, but now it's time to make sure my hands aren't dry. As we go up into higher altitudes, your skin really needs a little bit more moisture. It just starts to play craziness on it. So I always have a really hydrating lotion to use. I also have a really moisturizing face cream to use as well. That really helps out a lot. And I make sure to always put on tons and tons of lip balm just because it does dry you out a little bit more. It just does. It's really nice to get away from the humidity. However, whenever you get up into those higher elevations, you have to like think about, oh, I'm a little closer to the sun. So even if it's a nice temperature, it could be a little bit more intense. And the humidity might not be here, but that sun intensity is. So taking care of myself is always super important. And that's why I bring extra stuff for that. But we're not quite to that point yet. We're gonna be at one of the highest cities in all of Colorado by the end of today, but I'm not sure what I wanna get into along the way. I was looking at the weather last night. It's not really supposed to be doing a whole lot of crazy stuff. I could just drive straight there. It's about 3 hours and 45 minutes if I do that. And it's a route I've taken before, so I'm very tempted just to do that to secure a campsite since we do have a little bit of a larger group. There's also one other thing I kind of wanted to do though today, but that would add an extra 2 hours to my journey just because I would have to go up to Colorado Springs, over, down, and then back up again. And so I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. This is the only thing whenever you travel with a group of people, you kind of have to have the forethought of all the moving parts as opposed to just solo where I'm like, oh yeah, let's go do this. And then I'm going to go get some gas because I definitely need to fuel up before we hit the road. Okay, we made it to the Alta convenience. So let's fuel up. Gas here is $2.89 a gallon. Okay, $28.95. Okay, now that we've gotten all fueled up, I have this one hair that is doing something wild today that is different from the rest of them and ready to go. I just got a message back from Dee. She's gonna be here Saturday or Sunday. So that means that Collie's gonna get here first, then Dee, then Riley, and then possibly Mateo. So I'm really excited about this. This is gonna be super fun, but I'm definitely gonna have to hold down the fort for that many vehicles. Normally I don't sit very much, but one of the things that I always do when I come to Colorado is I go to the highest elevation and then I sit for a couple days to acclimate. And it really helps a lot because then I am ready to go. Not to mention, I have a few things that I could work on. So I'm going to get to my campsite, figure out where that's gonna be, and then try to find something where I can drop a pin to everybody. And so instead of going to the thing I was going to go to today, I think I'm just gonna go on the way that I normally do. Currently 71 degrees in the van and it feels lovely. Okay, we're starting the morning off strong with the smell of asphalt and construction and a lot of bumps. It went from 2 lanes to 1 lane and then all of this started up and it stinks so bad through here, but you know what? It's okay. It's okay. We just had to be on this road for 36 miles. I'm hoping this isn't the entirety of our journey, but we'll see, I guess. But yeah, they're definitely working on the road. Ooh, stinky, 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 stinky. But otherwise, hello Colorado. I see you this morning. You're looking fabulous. Okay, so my map overshot me. So now I have to go through this. No, I don't have to go through this. This is like a lake in here. We're not doing that. Nope, we're just gonna take a different path. That's not good. You know, it's probably fine because it's just like the underside of a bridge, but at the same time, you can't see the bottom. And if you can't see it, don't go through it. A lot of times roads get really deteriorated, and it could even be that there's a piece of metal that's sticking out from the concrete. We can't see it, so nope. You know what? We may end up taking that other route after all. Okay, we're passing through Pueblo. One of these days I'll come here and do some stuff, but it is not in the cards today. They do have a couple of cool museums though here, and some other neat things. I needed a stretch break, so I decided while I was stretching I would go ahead and put some gas in the van. I was driving along through Colorado Springs and the mountains are gorgeous, but it was really wild. I went by the incline, which for those of you who don't know what the incline is, one of the toughest hikes that exists here in the United States. It's so awesome, but it's basically a mile straight up of stairs. I've done that hike before and I could see it and I was like, oh wow, the perspective of it is wild. But yeah, it was amazing. I'm really happy that we're getting a little bit closer. We're about 2 hours away from our destination now. And so this is a good stretch break. I think I'm gonna put some things in the Road Pro in a little while, but not yet. And I went ahead and topped off 1523 and we're good to go. I will say, taking it a piece at a time like this, I kind of go up in elevation each place that I'm at. And so each time that I get out of the van, I stretch really good. I yawn, which opens up all of this. It's kind of like when you're flying. It makes everything just kind of feel better. It kind of pops your ears a little bit, but it allows you to not end up with one of those super bad pressure headaches. Another thing that I do whenever I'm going into higher elevation is I grab some gum. By chewing gum, what it does is it allows everything to kind of just like open up. So instead of getting that intense like ear pain that sometimes happens whenever you go up into higher areas, it instead allows you to like process that somehow. I again learned this from a flight attendant and she said it works by going up into the mountains in a car too. So I started doing this and I never have issues. Another little bout of construction here. We sat waiting for the single lane for about 10 minutes, no big deal. Looks like it's not too bad of a line on this side, so that's good. Okay, I pulled over for a minute so I could put some food in the Road Pro. I have some buffalo mac and cheese and I have it on right now, so it's cooking. These things kind of moved around, so I'm just gonna leave them alone and I'll move them whenever I get to camp. I just pulled over on the side of the road so I could do this at a gas station and look at that view. We should have dinner by the time that I get to camp, well, late lunch rather. I got stuck behind an RV that was going so slowly. The mountain roads get a little bit windy, completely understandable. However, they have pull-offs. And so if you start to notice that there's a ton of people stacking up behind you, just pull off for a minute, let those people by. I know it's inconvenient. There were probably 35, 40 cars that were stuck behind this RV and we couldn't pass because there wasn't really a good passing place. So it was really bad. It added about 40 minutes to our drive and they were going like 35. It was really, really slow. And you could see the people who are from Colorado getting very frustrated. They just pull over, see if they could go around, and then realize they couldn't, and then pull back in. And again, I don't have to get anywhere super fast. So I wasn't in a big hurry, but at the same time, we passed like 5 or 6 pull-offs. And just out of courtesy, if that's you, I'm driving along. If you're in a van, if you're in a car, you're just taking the scenic route, it is okay. You can take your time all you want, but just like let other people go past because it really did slow down and bottleneck the entire highway and it was just really not great. Neither here nor there. We're off to Leadville. We're not super far away and I'm hoping to find us a good spot. Well guys, that's where we normally camp over there and it is no longer available. They've cleared it. They're doing this at a lot more places, and forest mitigation is important. However, this was where they had all the really cool campsites that I really loved. So we're gonna have to find another one. And on this side too, you can see the big piles of trees that they've piled up. So they're still camping down here, but we're gonna have to figure it out. Super sad looking though. This is one of my favorite places to camp. Oh well, we'll figure it out. There's another section. I may have to turn around and go back toward that because it gets pretty bumpy back through this section, which is normally why I don't camp back here. But I think I can turn around right over here. And technically some of these flat areas we could camp in. They're not marked off, but I don't know that that's where we want to be. Okay, I found us a spot. It is not my favorite spot, but it will work. I was driving around and driving around and driving around, and the more that I drove, the more that I realized that it's gonna be hard to find a spot. They have cut down a lot of forest, and between that and the wildfires that are going on in Colorado, a lot of people are pushed to different spots they normally wouldn't be in. And I know that this spot is not my favorite because there's a lot of people camping here, like a lot. However, I'm here on a Thursday, so I figured that by the time that Riley gets here on Sunday, we might be able to reposition into a different spot. So Collie and I are going to meet here. I have perfect cell service right here, so she can find me, and if she can't, she can call me and I'll be able to help her. I'm also right off of the main road, which is right behind me, so that'll make it a little bit easier, and so she'll be able to see my van when she physically pulls in, and I thought that would be the easiest thing to do. Now when you get deeper into the forest, there's lots of campsites, but the problem is finding people in there is a little harder. It's like a maze, and at nighttime it gets you very lost very quickly, and so I didn't want Collie driving in and having to find me in the darkness, and so I thought that this was a better bet, even though it is a little bit more populated. So tomorrow we'll drive around and we'll find something a little bit deeper in, and it'll be a little bit better. But it's wild to see the difference in how many people are in these spots as a result of them clear cutting that other spot. Normally that other spot's very populated, and these aren't quite as populated, but right now it's packed pretty much everywhere in the front sections. I also saw some people who look like they've moved in, and that's super unfortunate because, well, that's what gets our lands closed. So don't be that person. Anyway, with that said, I am going to put up my window covers. It is feeling lovely outside, and so I'm going to open up the doors, let some breeze blow through, and eat my lunch. Okay, let's see about dinner. Ooh, that looks good. I was inside the van, I was relaxing, chilling, and I got a text saying, I'm here. Hi! It was just like yesterday that we were together, Collie.
It does seem like it was just yesterday.
She's here! So Collie and I are gonna go scout out a different campsite tomorrow. For now, we're just gonna chill. So, today's kind of been a weird one, but remember, we're not here for a long time. We are here for a good time. I'll be seeing you tomorrow, but look at this view. It's also gonna be real chilly tonight, so I'm gonna sleep like a baby. Till next time. Woo, woo, bye.